Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Last time we completed the investigation into, what happened to Ibuki, who hung herself, and Hiyoko, who was tied to a pillar, well not necessarily tied, just taped to a pillar with a slit throat. Oh noes. Gruesome deaths indeed. But before we start, let's check out their truth bullets one more time. We got them on a file 3. The two victims were Ibuki and Hiyoko. Ibuki's cause of death was crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. And Hiyoko Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. Is having your throat cut an instant death? I thought you actually suffer quite a bit if that happens. I mean, it's a silent death because you're choking on your own blood, essentially. Because that's a major artery that's cut, but instant? Maybe it is. I don't know. I gotta look into that, actually. Alright, anyway, blood on the soles. There were blood stains on the soles of Ibuki's feet. Rope used for hanging. The rope used for hanging, according to Mikan, there is no doubt that the cause of Ibuki's death was her hanging herself with this rope. Motel room key. It's the key to Hiyoko's motel. It was in her kimono. It was pretty hard to retrieve. Thick scrap of paper that was stuck to the baton lighting. We got the music venue curtain. It wasn't quite wide enough to reach both ends of the stage, and it looks like it was brought from the supermarket. We got the step ladder that was found in the music venue stage, tipped on its side. On its left side, a slight blood stain can be seen. We got a candle that was found at the stage in the music venue. Looks like the dim light seen in the surveillance camera video was actually light from this candle. We got the surveillance camera unit in the music venue. It was broken. So yeah, obviously it can't work. We got the AC temp. It was 86 degrees Fahrenheit. In the music venue. That is very hot. We got a smudge on the floor. It looks like somebody tried to wipe up some blood that probably belonged to Hiyoko. We got a semi-transparent glob. Chiaki tasted it and she assured us that it is not tasty. But it was stuck to where both music venue doors touched each other. We got Mikan's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime in bed. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she met up with Fuyuhiko. Surveillance monitor video. Hajime saw this. He saw somebody in a hospital gown wearing a hemp bag climb up a ladder towards a noose. Fuyuhiko's account. After met with Mikan, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue. Didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Sonya's account. Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled. She was unable to tie it on her own. So Sonya told her, like, hey, you might want to look in a mirror, like a full-length mirror, to, be able to tie your kimono better. And hey, there's one in the music venue. We have a movie ticket invitation. Invitation ticket prepared by Monokuma. One ticket was passed out per person. And when you redeem it, he prints out the date that you redeemed it to watch the movie. Monokuma's account. A Monami tote bag that was sold at the movie theater. Wait. That feels like a phrase and not a sentence, but okay. It's a limited item because only one person can buy it. But apparently, you get another one free when you buy it. That's the hook. They don't tell you about that. And The Wizard of Monami 2.5D. The best movie. It was a movie that Monokuma directed and wrote and produced and acted in. I don't think he narrated it though. Oh well. There was a total of 3 deaths in the movie. First, Monami Scarecrow died by hanging herself. Next, Monami Lion was pumped full of arrows, and finally Monami Tin Man died by getting chopped into metal pieces. Them's be the clues. Considerably less than the previous trial. Huh. Anyway, I do got my skills right. Just making sure. Okay. Why do I not have you equipped? Okay. Wow, I still have 14 skill points remaining. My god, I didn't think I would have enough. Alright, we're done here. Legal.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Okay, I never actually paid attention to this up until now. I mean, I knew that they have like the different X's on their portraits to symbolize, you know, something about their little ultimate ability, but I didn't know the heights of the portraits matched the characters' heights too. I put two and two together when I saw that Hiyoko's was like half the size of Hajime. That I guess I might have well, obviously I saw that, but I never internalized that until now. That's actually amazing.
Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
Hey, I care. Okay? We need to always hear the rules and regulations so we can abide by them.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Okay, rude and also phone. Oh boy, I look forward to that same person calling about 4 more times in the next 30 minutes. Okay.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
That's not how that works.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder. Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime? I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel. Why the motel? Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then, I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
In various ways? Why you gotta add that part?
Various ways?
Oh, you picked up that on... You picked up on that too, huh?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
Oh, why are you blushing, though?
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Good point. Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Gah. It's just as Kazuichi said. Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it! I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito, but, I mean, you were explaining it to everyone else. Well, just to Kane, essentially, because they were the only two that weren't there, didn't hear everything from the start, so... He was going to hear it regardless, unless you told him to cover up his ears while you talked to Akane. But alright, I'm in trouble now thanks to that. I mean, come on, it's not like a court-based game if the protagonist doesn't get, like... Well, people don't suspect the protagonist of committing something. Also, that's a lot of stuff.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
I'm a witch? Who said that? Alright, I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere. I need to find that and break through. Okay, with what?
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's
Oh,
testimony
yeah,
is a lie,
yeah, duh. Okay, because they said like, oh yeah, he imitated the
That would
murder.
also be
But
a
wait a
lie.
minute, Hajime was
think I
not
can deny
imitated the
that
murder, imitated the movie. But
After all,
Hajime was
Hajime's
the
the
last
only
person
witness.
to see the movie.
Hajime
Also, this is some
lied?
very sturdy ass white
obviously,
noise.
because
Holy
he's the killer.
crap!
Did Hajime
You
kill
cannot
both of them?
fool around with this
The
white
fact that the
noise.
bodies were
But
imitating
alright,
the
yeah, let's
movie-
get rid of that. Get it!
No, that's wrong.
I saw that movie today, yo. Well, not today that I'm recording this,
I'm
but
not the
today.
killer. I mean,
Try
there's
it.
no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
See what I tell you? Literally the same exact person, but alright.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Looks directly at the camera.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
Looks directly at the camera.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
No, there is such thing as murder-suicides.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh?
I mean, that was a good impersonation.
You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
No, not at all.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Alright, what we got here? The key, the scrap paper, the glob, the step ladder, the surveillance monitor video. Okay.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
That person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying too much attention. I was trying to shoot white noise. What? Who said what now?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, They tried to keep us from getting in.
I think that's what I want to...
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Like, stall for time
they
makes
lock the
sense.
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
And you can't
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
dispute a blue
By doing
thing,
that,
so
the
I
killer
guess
was
I
waiting
want
till we
to
get- and suddenly
dispute old
I've seen this in
Fuyuhiko
serial
there.
crime dramas.
My process of elimination. It said locked from the,
the killer was still inside the
inside,
music venue.
but if there's a
locking the door from
semi-transparent
the
glob that's stuck to
No, that's
the
wrong.
door frame,
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
I like how they just specify semi-transparent, like they're being that specific. Just wow. It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably... Well, we just established that it isn't rubber. Gum? No, gum ain't that strong. Gummy? No, because then Chiaki wouldn't have said it tasted disgusting. So it had to have been glue.
I see.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
I don't recommend eating glue, by the way. That sounds like a very bad time.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Whoa, look, we got a centrist over here. Yeah, shut up, coward.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now, I should be able to figure out what it is. Hangman's Gambit. Alright, gonna need to look at these here controls real quick. Sorry. Here we go, fast forward, letter explosion, catch and release. Okay, we're good. So I don't know what I'm looking for here. Wallpaper? Yeah, we got a W right here. Okay, yeah, it has to be wallpaper. Yeah! You know, just go ahead and, you know, set you right there. I need to ah, crap, baskets. Alright, well, we'll grab that. Nope. Get over here. No! Ah! Okay. This is hell! What? Okay. Hey. Over here. Hey. No! Oh my god. Yeah, I'll just let all that collide. I need a pee? Oh, wait! I'm an idiot! Duh! I don't know how to spell! Jesus Christ! I swear to God, I passed kindergarten. Holy shit! Welcome to the big leagues. Yo. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. Breathe. 1 and then a 2, 2, 2 and then a 3, 3, 3 and then a 4, 4. Then you gotta breathe. Where's another P? No! Okay. No! Yikes. Jesus help me! Oh my god! Where? What is happening? I don't know. I'm on full tilt right now. Good lord! I don't need that. Okay. Breathe. Nope. I hate myself. Oh my god. Okay. Just breathe. No. Nah. Please. End this hell. Please end this hell. Oh my god, where's an R? I want to be done. Help. No. Okay. No. Okay. Whatever, we're done. Oh my god. Oh no. That was horrible.
That's scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Yikes.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
I'm definitely going to have to remember that concentration is a thing. Also, I'm going to have to scour the skill points to see if anything can help out with Hangman's Gambit, because yikes!
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Alright, logic dive. Here we go, I can do this. As long as I check out the controls real quick, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and, okay, jump, accelerate, we are good. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, turning seems a little better. Okay. Here we go. I'm so ready. Yeah. Look at this. I play Tony Hawk. Even though this is technically a snowboard. Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? Well, obviously it had to have been a hidden. You can't assume it was just brought there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy. I was about to say easy, but I guess not. Yeah. Yo, dodge that like a pro. Yep. Okay. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? Well, it had to have been the wallpaper because the scrap was on the same pillar with the baton lighting that Hiyoko was tied to. Oh, that's a hole. Okay. Yo. Got it. Yep. Nope. Do this. Yo, sick trick, yo. Alright. Totally radical. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? Well, can't really say they formed a wall because then that would have also hid Ibuki, so they had to cover the pillar. And there's some easy logic. Yo! Okay, that last little speed boost was not necessary there. Blue, red, blue. It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
That's what I just said, yo.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
Or you could have just said hide everything, but no, you just had to specify a slightly larger pillar.
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
And actually, the change is fairly noticeable too. Like, when you really pay attention to it, you can see the difference in size.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think you are, Monokuma? David Cage? I will never miss an opportunity to dunk on David Cage. Fuck David Cage.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. I should be able to explain that now. Okay, well, nothing was really hidden. I mean, to be fair, they probably do like movies, but that has, nothing to do with this. To let their accomplice escape? Or to mix up the killing order. Well, if we're right about Hiyoko's murder taking place prior, I guess they tried to mix us up. They did a good job of that.
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
You gotta love how he tries to save face.
What a jerk!
Shut up!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Chiaki with sass, though. I love it.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Excuse me for a second, gotta take care of something on Discord. Oh, never mind. He just figured it out. Okay. Yeah, when he watches this video, he's gonna see the exact point where he was almost interrupting my recording. Okay.
Man, he's being annoying again.
Shut up!
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Hey, for all you know, she lost her psychic abilities when she turned 6.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Right. Well, this one might be obvious, but I do want to see how this plays out.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
What?
Weak, I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
Okay, Chiaki said Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed, but is that really true?
When Hiyoko died,
Or it looks like we're going to have to throw some consent out
Ibuki's
there,
feet were on the floor.
because blood was found on
Did you see her
Ibuki's
walking?
soul. And I'm not talking about her spiritual
feet were
soul,
on
I
the
mean
floor.
her foot soul.
Was
Both
there
of
any
them,
sign
to be
she stepped on
exact.
something?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
I love Gundam so much.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Oh boy. Alright, rebuttal showdown. That is a lot. I will have to see how this plays out.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
As long as Ibuki's body has no open wounds, there's no doubt that that blood is Hiyoko's.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yet it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel it's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Holy shoot, what? Okay, if I draw out the story, there won't be any place for me to counter. So I thought that word from earlier was the opening for his rebuttal. In order to bring back the topic, looks like I have to be pushed back on purpose.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes. But it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it.
Huh.
However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud of yourself. It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Wow, I actually gotta be pushed back. Okay, well then.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes.
Wait, no, I thought you were gonna push me back.
It's possible that the pillar still had... However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet. You should feel proud of yourself. It's been nearly 3 years
I'm confused.
since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Push me freaking back, yo. That looks like I have to be pushed back on purpose.
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar.
You're not... Okay, wait, what's going on here?
Hiyoko was taped to the pillar, yes. But it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the... It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Damn it!
Okay, I have no clue how I managed to make that happen, but ultimately it did.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Okay, blood on the floor. Oh, because it was smudged! No, got it. Okay.
Cut through those words.
That was a weird one.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
How did I do that before? Unless I just did it instantly the moment I saw it? Probably. Huh. Alright then, I guess I can't afford to play around with these sometimes just to show off the entirety of their lines.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. You look closely. There's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hiyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Yeah, he'll always find somebody. I mean, it's not like it happened in the first game.
Why me?
I mean, we all remember Alter Ego, right? Yeah, you remember Alter Ego if you played the first game or saw somebody play it.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hiyoko's dead, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
I mean, can you really pretend to be hanging from your neck?
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Alright, time to make an argument. With... Alright, just, you know, a couple different things there.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick
Okay,
people
well, let's
like
see.
me and
Sonya
Akane,
was
right?
talking about seeing
And what about the
Yoko, the movie that has nothing to do
Right
with
before
this.
the morning announcement,
Fuyuhiko, but that was after
was
the body
totally
discovery
sleeping in
thing,
my
and that was
motel
just the
room.
video.
I think everyone
Well,
at the motel was doing that.
So
If everybody has a
everyone who
weak
stayed at the motel
alibi,
doesn't have an alibi.
we happen to have a strong
you
one
guys?
because, well, we were together with
I was where I was
Mikan.
supposed to be, my own cottage.
We were really close to
That's
Mikan.
not an alibi.
In the same bed with Mikan, to be
Aside from
exact.
those afflicted by the disease,
So, we actually have an
if
alibi.
nobody has an alibi, then
No, that's wrong!
In your face, Sonya.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
you two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
I mean, of course it goes right to her.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? Well, already in recess, huh? Wow, this is gonna be a quick one.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. Hello, what's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already run out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best. Is that a reference that's going over my head?
What a disappointment!
Probably. Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. You and me both, Monami. You and me both. And I call myself a weeb. For shame. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Probably the shortest half of a trial to date. So what's going to happen next time? Stay tuned to find out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and see you next time for the conclusion of this here trial. And let's play Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair. Goodbye.